it again. Hello, everybody. No, wait, what am I doing? Oh, I can't get the lights right at all today. I am going to try my hardest. I don't know what is happening. I really don't. Good evening, everybody, on this Friday evening. Maybe I'll just do that today and blow those guys out, because for some reason it doesn't want to shine any light on me. All right, I've had enough. How's that? Out with the romance. That's not very sexy either, though, is it? Hold on a minute. What did I do with my lighter? Here we go. We're going to give it one last try, people. At least we have to have one burning, right? Hello, for those of you who don't know. My name is Joanna Godwin-Seidel, and I am your host this evening for a reading of 1001 Nights. Hello for the two people who've just joined us already on this lovely Friday evening. The music that you are listening to in the background is the music of Kamyab Saderi, and I am just going to spend the next couple of minutes inviting people on to watch the reading, and in the meantime I do ask that you have a little bit of patience with me, and yeah, just enjoy the music. Kamyab Saderi, everybody, and this music is called Went, and this is to be found on YouTube, and we also have a link posted on the Vienna Theatre Project page. Thank you very much. I will be with you in 2 seconds.
خنده مستانه زین تلخی ناب شراب اشک دل فریاد مستانه به نامش برکنم
So good evening, everybody. I'll be with you in a moment. My name is Joanna Godwin-Seidel, and I am just inviting people to come and join us for the reading.
خنده بی مثل او بر دل دکانی هم زده پهن کرده در دل و مغز و روانم تو را
Hola, Saman. Write some things to everybody while I'm just inviting a whole bunch of people onto the reading. Stop working for free. I won't be inviting them on.
جستش همچو پری زیبا خرامان دلبرک چشمکش مانند پتکی قلب عاشق را ترک لب نشان روی محرویان همی دارد.
This, by the way, is the beautiful music of Kamyab Saderi, and it is called Went, and you can find it on YouTube and on the Vienna Theatre Project page. What just happened? I have no idea what just happened. Okay, I'm just going to write the last one in because it's done something weird again. Good old Facebook. And voila, that's me done. Ready to read for the evening. And as you know, I like to read a bit of poetry. I have a lovely drink with me this evening, and it is water. Mixed with juice. I will be making a wonderful announcement shortly. That's true. That glass tastes funny. In fact, the wonderful announcement is some of you who saw my invitation on the invitation that I just sent out now will have already got, hugs and hearts too, will have already got a little bit of a hint of it. A couple of days ago, Samantha and I happened to be online, and out of the blue, we discovered, because we hadn't really seen it beforehand, that the Europäische Theaternacht, who normally do a program every year, of course, where people can go to the theatres and watch them and so on and so forth, of course, couldn't do that this year, but they are doing a program online. So we registered. And at the beginning of this week, we had the most wonderful meeting with the Palais Hansen Kempinski, which is a superior 4 or maybe even 5-star hotel on the Ring in Vienna. It's an absolutely gorgeous location. If any of you saw my photos on Instagram or on Facebook, you'll know how beautiful this is. And they have a spa, and a number of rooms in the spa actually look like they have a bit of a Middle Eastern and African flair. So what we are going to be doing tomorrow evening, Saman and I, we are going to be getting together once again, and we will be doing a very special reading for you as part of the Europäische Theaternacht. That, for those of you who don't speak German, that's the European Theatre Night. It's an online program this year. Normally it is a public program, of course, where you can go and see theatre, but this year it's a very, very special online program which we are very, very pleased to be part of. We are very pleased to be part of. So tomorrow evening, join us at 9 o'clock in the Palais Hansen Kempinski for a very, very special reading, Saman and I together. And we are also not only very grateful to be supported by the hotel itself, we are very grateful this time round to be supported with our dresses by the haute couture fashion design company Tiberius, which is run by designer Marcos Valenzuela Abril and his partner Carl Amara. and they have very kindly lent us a dress. One dress I already own, so I said that I would definitely want to wear that, and they're lending us the other one very, very kindly. And I'm sure Saman is going to look fabulous in her dress too. So thank you very, very much to Various. Thank you very much, Palle Hansen-Kempinski. For those of you who join us tomorrow evening, it will be a very special reading. We don't normally read on Saturday night anymore, I know, but we are doing a special one tomorrow night, 1001 Nights, Palle Kempinski, 9 p.m. Saman and I. Make sure you also join us then. And I hope otherwise you enjoy tonight's reading, which I am going to crack straight on with. And maybe I'll read a poem at the end of tonight's reading, but tonight I will certainly start with, and if I didn't do it wrong, when it was the 108th night. I hope that's correct. So I'm going to sit in front of the candles today. I'm going to sit in front of the candles today because they're kind of, this top, because they're a little bit bright. I know. Thank you, whoever did that. Wow. I know. I was like, if you knew that at 20 to 9 tonight, I was like, if you knew, like, what? Yes, I said 208, didn't I? Yeah, that's what I said. I'm reading, trust me, I'm reading 208. It says 208. And I got ready at like 20 to 9 tonight. And then at 10 to 9, I was like, oh my God, is that the time already? So there we go. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoy the evening. Oh, did I say 108th? See, I have a friend and she is convinced that she is, I don't know what you call a Legastheniker in English. See, I've spent too long in Austria. You know, it's when you can't read properly. Anyway, she thinks, dyslexic. So she thinks she's number dyslexic, and I am always announcing the numbers in 1001 Nights wrong. So I do apologize. So yes, it is, oh no, it's right. Okay, I'm worried for a minute there. No, it does say 208th night. It's all sorted, everybody. I'll just calm down and focus again and get back into my Zen space. So now, when it was the 208th night, Scheherazade said, "It hath reached me, O auspicious king, that as soon as Kamar al-Zaman," yes, we are definitely on the right story, Kamar al-Zaman had finished his poetry and had taken his rest, he arose and entered the city gates. I just want to make sure that I don't suddenly get music going on here, which is what I will get if I don't stop. Oh yeah, all right, so I'll start again. She said, "It has reached me, O auspicious king, that as soon as Kamar al-Zaman had finished his poetry and taken his rest, he arose and entered the city gate, not knowing whither he should wend. He crossed the city from end to end, entering by the land gate, and ceased not faring on till he came out at the sea gate, for the city stood on the sea shore. Yet he met not a single one of its citizens. And after issuing from the land gate, he fared forwards and ceased not faring till he found himself amongst the orchards and gardens of the place, and, passing among the trees, presently came to a garden and stopped before its door. Whereupon the keeper came out to him and saluted him. The prince returned his greeting, and the gardener bade him welcome, saying, "Praise be to Allah, that thou hast come off safe from the dwellers of this city. Quick! Come into the garth ere any of the town folk see thee." Thereupon Kamar al-Zaman entered that garden, wondering in mind, and asked the keeper, "What may be the history of the people of this city, and whom may they be?" The other answered, "Know that the people of this city were all Magians, but Allah upon thee, tell me how thou camest to the city, and what caused thy coming to our capital. Accordingly, Kamar al-Zaman told the gardener all that had befallen him from beginning to end, whereat he marvelled with great marvel and said, Know, O my son, that the cities of Al-Islam lie far from us, and between us and them is a 4 months' voyage by sea, and a whole 12 months' journey by land. We have a ship which saileth every year with merchandise to the nearest Muslim country, and which entereth the seas of Ebony Islands, and thence maketh the Khalidan Islands, the dominions of King Shahriman. Thereupon Kamar al-Zaman considered a while, and concluded that he could not do better than abide in the garden with the gardener and become his assistant, receiving for pay 1/4 of the produce. So he said to him, Wilt thou take me into thy service to help me in this garden? Answered the gardener, To hear is to consent, and began teaching him to lead the water to the roots of the trees. So Kamar al-Zaman abode with him, watering the trees and hoeing up the weeds, and wearing a short blue frock which reached to his knees, and he wept floods of tears, for he had no rest, day or night, by reason of his strangerhood, and he ceased not to repeat verses upon his beloved, amongst others the following couplets. Ye promised us, and will ye not keep plight? Ye said a say, and shall not deed be dight? We wake for passion while ye slumber and sleep. Watchers and wakers claim not equal right. We vowed to keep our loves in secrecy, but spake the meddler, and you spoke forthright. O friend in pain and pleasure, joy and grief, in all case you only claim my sprite. Mid folk is one who holds my prisoned heart. Would he but show some ruth for me to sight. Not every eye like mine is wounded sore. Not every beat like mine loves pining's blight. Ye wronged me, saying love is wrongous I. Yea, ye were right, events have proved that quite. Forget they one love thralled, whose faith the world robs not, though bars the fires in heart alight. If and my foeman shall become my judge, whom shall I sue to remedy his despite? Had not I need of love, nor love had sought, my heart for sure were not thus love distraught. Such was the case with Kamar al-Zaman. But as regards his wife, the Lady Budur, when she awoke, she sought her husband, and found him not. Then she saw her petticoat trousers undone, for the band had been loosed, and the bezel lost, whereupon she said to herself, By Allah, this is strange. Where is my husband? It would seem as if he had taken the talisman and gone away, knowing not the secret which is in it. Would to heaven I knew whether can he have wended, but it must needs have been some extraordinary matter that drew him away, for he cannot brook to leave me a moment. Allah curse the stone and damn its hour. Then She considered a while and said in her mind, "If I go out, tell the varlets and let them learn that my husband is lost, they will lust after me. There is no help for it, that I use stratagem." So she rose and donned some of her husband's clothes and riding boots and a turban like his, drawing one corner of it across her face for a mouth veil. Then, setting a slave girl in her litter, she went forth from the tent and called to the pages who brought her Kamar al-Zaman's steed. She mounted and bade them load the beasts and resume the march. So they bound on the burdens and departed, and she concealed her trick, none doubting but she was Kamar al-Zaman, for she favoured him in face and form. Nor did she cease journeying, she and her suit, days and nights, till they came in sight of a city overlooking the salt sea, where they pitched their tents without the walls and halted to rest. The princess asked the name of the town and was told it is called the City of Ebony. The king is named Amanus, and he hath a daughter, Hayat al-Nufus Height. And Scheherazade perceived the dawn of day and ceased saying her permitted say. So let me just take a sip of my drink, ladies and gents. I have some wonderful incense, a wonderful incense stick burning behind me, and it is a chakra that invites love and passion. And here I have a very invigorating tea indeed. It is hot and it is ginger and curcuma. So good evening, everybody. For anybody who joined us late, my name is Joanna Godwin Seidel. I am your host tonight for 1001 Nights. And I am now going to continue with When It Was the 209th Night. She said, "It hath reached me, O auspicious king, that when the Lady Budur halted within the sight of the Ebony City to take her rest, King Amanus sent a messenger to learn what king it was who had encamped without his capital. So the messenger, coming to the tents, made inquiry anent their king, and was told that she was a king's son who had lost the way, being bound for the Khalidan Islands. Whereupon he returned to King Amanus with the tidings. And when the king heard them, he straightway rode out with the lords of his lands to greet the stranger on arrival. And he drew near the tents of the Lady Budur, came to meet him on foot, whereupon the king alighted, and they saluted each other. Then he took her to the city, and, bringing her up to the palace, bade them spread the tables and trays of food, and commanded them to transport her company and baggage to the guest house. So they abode there for 3 days. At the end of which the king came to the Lady Budur. Now she had that day gone to the hammam, and her face shone as the moon at its full. A seduction to the world, and a rending of the veil of shame to mankind. And Amanus found her clad in a suit of silk, embroidered with gold and jewels. So he said to her, "O my son, know that I am a very old man, decrepit withal, and Allah hath blessed me with no child save one daughter, who resembleth thee in beauty and grace, and I am now waxed unfit for the conduct of the state. So she is thine, O my son, and if this my land please thee, and thou be willing to abide and make thy home here, I will marry thee to her, and give thee my kingdom, so be at rest." When Prince Budur heard this, she bowed her head, and her forehead sweated for shame. And she said to herself, "How shall I do? And I am a woman. If I refuse and depart from him, I cannot be safe but that haply he send after me troops to slay me. And if I consent, belike I shall be put to shame. I have lost my beloved Kamar al-Zaman, and know not what has become of him. Nor can I escape from this scrape, save by holding my peace and consenting and abiding here till Allah bring about what is to be." So she raised her head and made submission to King Amanus, saying, "Hearkening and obedience." Whereat he rejoiced, and bade the herald make proclamation throughout the Ebony Islands to hold high festival and decorate their houses. Then he assembled his chamberlains, and nabobs, and emirs, and wazirs, and his officers of state, and the qazis of the city, and formally abdicating his sultanate, endowed Budur therewith, and invested her in all the vestments of royalty. The emirs and grandees went into her and did her homage, nothing doubting but that she was a young man, and all who looked on her bepissed their bag trousers for the excess of her beauty and loveliness. Then, after the Lady Budur had made sultan, and the drums had been beaten in announcement of the glad event, and she had been ceremoniously enthroned, King Amanus proceeded to equip his daughter Hayat al-Nufus for marriage, and in a few days they brought the Lady Budur into her, where they seemed as it were 2 moons risen at one time, or 2 suns in conjunction. So they entered the bridal chamber, and the doors were shut, and the curtains let down upon them, after the attendants had lighted the wax candles, and spread for them the carpet bed. When Budur found herself alone with the Princess Hayat al-Nufus, she called to mind her beloved Kamar al-Zaman, and grief was sore upon her. So she wept for his absence and estrangement, and she began repeating, "O ye who had fled and left my heart in pain, lo lien, no breath of life is found within the frame of mine. I have an eye which ear complains of wake, but lo, tears accompany it. Would that wait content these eyne. After ye marched forth, the love abode behind. Question of him, what pains your absence could design? But for the floods of tears mine eyelids rail and rain. My fires would flame on high every land Kalkine. To Allah make I moan of loved ones lost for aye, who for my pine and pain no more shall pain and pine. I never wronged them, save that over love I nursed. But love departs us, lovers, into blessed and cursed. And when she had finished repeating, the Lady Budur sat down beside the Princess Hayat al-Nufus, and kissed her on the mouth. After which, rising abruptly, she made the minor ablution and betook herself to her devotions. Nor did she leave praying till Hayat al-Nufus fell asleep, when she slipped into bed and lay with her back to her till morning. And when day had broke, the king and queen came in to their daughter and asked how she did. Whereupon she told them what she had seen, and repeated to them the verses she had heard. Thus far concerning Hayat al-Nufus and her father. But as regards Queen Budur, she went forth and seated herself among the royal throne, and all the emirs and captains and officers of state came up to her and wished her joy of the kingship, kissing the earth before her and calling down blessings upon her. And she accosted them with smiling and clad them in robes of honour, augmenting the fiefs of the high officials and giving largesse to the levies. Wherefore all the people loved her and offered her prayers for the long endurance of her reign, doubting not but that she was a man. She ceased not sitting all day in the hall of audience, bidding and forbidding, dispensing justice, releasing prisoners and remitting the customs dues till nightfall, when she withdrew to the apartment prepared for her. Here she found Hayat al-Nufus seated. So she sat down beside her and, clapping her on the back, coaxed and caressed her and kissed her between the eyes, and fell to versifying these words and these couplets. What secret kept I, these my tears have told, and my waste body must my love unfold. Though hid my pine, my plight on parting day, to every envious eye my secret sold. O ye who broke camp, you've love left behind, my spirit wearied and my heart a-cold. In my heart's core ye dwelled, and yet now these eyne roll blood drops with the tears of thy while alone rolled. The absent till I ransom with my soul, all can my yearning for their sight behold. I have an eye whose babe for love of thee rejected sleep, nor hath its tears controlled. The foeman bids me patient bear his loss, ne'er may mine ears accept the ruth he doled. I tricked their deem of me, and won my wish of Kamar al-Zaman's joys manifold. He joins all perfect gifts like none before, boasted such might and main no king of old. Seeing his gifts, bin Zaldar's largesse, forget we, and Muawiyah mildest souled, were verse not feeble, and oh short the time I had in laud of him used all of rhyme. Then Queen Budur stood up and wiped away her tears, and making the lesser ablution, applied her to pray. Nor did she give over praying till drowsiness overcame the Lady Hayat al-Nufus, and she slept, whereupon the Lady Budur came and lay by her till the morning. At daybreak she arose and prayed the dawn prayer, and presently seated herself on the royal throne, and passed the day in ordering and counter-ordering, and giving laws and administering justice. This is how it fared with her. But as regards King Amanus, he went in to his daughter and asked her how she did. So she told him all that had befallen her, and repeated him the verse which Queen Budur had recited, adding, "O my father, never saw I one more abounding in sound, sense, and modesty than my husband, save that he does nothing but weep and sigh." He answered, "O my daughter, have patience with him yet this third night, and if he go not in unto thee, do away thy maidenhead. We shall know how to proceed with him, and oust him from the throne, and banish him the country." And on this wise he agreed with his daughter what course he would take. And Shahrazad perceived the dawn of day and ceased saying her permitted say. So let me see if I can find some gorgeous music from Saman. From Kanyab for you all. There you go. This is Kamyab Saderi being accompanied with the piano, and he is playing guitar right now. So everybody, for those of you, oh, it's quite late already. For those of you who didn't hear my announcement earlier on, we have an extra special reading tomorrow, Saman and I, and we are going to be together, and we are going to be reading 1001 Nights at the Palais Hansen Kempinski Hotel in Vienna's first district. It's a very, very beautiful hotel. We're very delighted to have the honour of reading there. We will be dressed by Tiberius, haute couture fashion designer, with dresses designed by Marcos Valenzuela Abril, and it is in honour and as part of the Europäische Theaternacht, so the European Theatre Night, and that is tomorrow evening at 9 o'clock in the Royal Kempinski. So please feel free to join us, Saman and I, tomorrow evening in some beautiful dresses, and we will be doing our special reading for you then of 1001 Nights. Between now and then, I wish you, as usual, many blessings. I hope you have a beautiful evening. I hope you've had a beautiful Friday. Have a wonderful Saturday. Take care of yourself. Give yourselves and your loved ones as much love as you possibly can. I wish you a very, very beautiful night. Many salams from me. Blessings again. Good night, everybody. Take care. Until tomorrow. Bye-bye.